Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channels of Team Squadron and of Team Squadron F1. I'm Mazu, and today we are going to make our Grand Prix video of the Italian Grand Prix in our F1 2021 Grand Prix series. If you did miss the previous one of the Dutch Grand Prix, then be sure to check that one out because it was a good Grand Prix for us, because we've outpaced Hamilton again, just like in Belgium, and hopefully we can do that again to reduce the gap in the championship once again. As you can see right here, we are close to him right now, 34 points the difference, so it is possible to beat him again here in Italy, because it's a track where we are strong compared to the AI. And here you can see the weather, good weather in qualifying, good weather in the race. So let's get on with the video. So let's get into our first qualifying lap of this Grand Prix. We don't have free practice in the Grand Prix series, so here we are on our first lap on this circuit. And as I said in the video of the Dutch Grand Prix, this is our first lap, so if the lap isn't good enough, we can go for a second lap, because the Q1 tire is the used set of tires in the race, so we can make theoretically 5 laps on these tires, but I think 1 lap should be enough on this circuit, because we are really good on this circuit compared to the AI, as I said in the intro, you can say. And here you can see through the famous parabolica, and now over the line we are in P8, so I think this should be enough. And when we are getting to the end of the session, we are in P11 with Vettel in P13 and Gasly and Ricciardo behind him, living dangerously. And out in Q1 are Russell, Latifi, Magnussen, Giovinazzi and Romain Grosjean in the Haas, so no surprises this time. And hopefully we can get pole for this Grand Prix to outpace Hamilton again, which would be really nice. And now let's get into our Q2 session, where we are going out traditionally on the mediums for the better strategy. And the first lap was only good enough for P12, so we need to improve on our time to get through into Q3 to the final top 10 shootout. And we do have a few problems with the first chicane, as you can see right here. We had a few problems on the first lap, that's why we've gained nearly 7 tenths in this chicane, but we do have problems all weekend. We did all weekend so far in this chicane, so this is the place where we are losing the most time of the whole lap, so we need to improve on this chicane to don't lose too much time and to gain pole, possibly. So, and now over the line, where are we on our second flying lap? P6. So, this could be enough to get us through into Q3, but just for sure, just to make sure that we are going through into Q3, we are going for a third lap on this tire. It is not the best way to do it, let me say it like this, because this would be the tire where we are starting the race on. So we shouldn't do so many laps on these tires, but a third lap on these tires to make sure should be okay. But hopefully we can get through without the third lap. But we are gaining 2 tenths nearly, so maybe we can improve on our time in Q2 to get us safely through. But we are in P7, I think we are through into Q3. But we are going to finish off this lap. For training, we can say for training, for this circuit across the line, we are staying, I think, in P7. Yeah, no, we are actually P6, so okay, better than expected. But here you can see Alexander Albon, our teammate, is out of qualifying in P12, as does Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. So lots of surprises happening here again, and out along with them are Danny Kvyat, Carlos Sainz and Kimi Raikkonen in the other Alfa Romeo. But again, big surprises in Q2. I think last week it was Bottas who missed out, and Vettel, but I think it was no, I think both get through, but on the Belgium Grand Prix, Vettel and Bottas knocked out in Q1. So lots of surprises could happen, and a lot can happen here. In our Grand Prix series. So make sure you subscribe for more videos of this series. But here now on our first lap in Q3 on a brand new set of soft tires. As usual, we are trying to challenge for pole position. Because I think now we are familiar with the circuit, and I think now we could manage to end up on pole. So let's see. And now let's getting on the end of this straight and into the famous Parabolica. Let's see, can we get pole here on this circuit, the traditional circuit of Italy? Across the line we are on provisional pole with a 1:21.815, so a good lap, a good banking lap, you can say. A good banker. So and on the second lap, green's first sector, purple second sector, but we've lost all the time that we've gained in the Ascari turn, in the Ascari chicane. So hopefully we can stay on pole with our first qualifying lap, because we've lost 1 second there, and across the line in the end. But it doesn't matter, we are on pole for the Italian Grand Prix, so good work from us. We out-qualified Hamilton by 3.5 tenths, and another 7 tenths, another 3.5 tenths to Valtteri Bottas, in front of Ricciardo, Perez, Ocon, Vettel, Stroll, Norris and Gasly. Let's get into the race and see what we can achieve. So now let's get into the race, and first let's look on our strategy that we are going to choose for this race, because we are starting on the medium, so maybe we can get our strategy that we are preferring the medium to soft. Let's see, but I don't think that it's possible, because as you can see on the top, then it will be a 2-stop, but we want a one-stop strategy. So let's see, can we delete one of the stops? No, we can't, so let's go for the one-stop medium to hard. Last time out in Netherlands we tried the 2-stop, which we changed into a 1-stop because of a safety car, and now we are trying the 1-stop. Hopefully we can achieve something with that. So now let's get to our 5 red lights of the Italian Grand Prix, and the lights are out and we are on the way, and it was an okay start for us, because we got away well, but Hamilton is already wheel to wheel with Bottas, and behind Bottas right now, and now behind Ricciardo, as you can see on the top left, and Perez is already in P3 and now in P4, and he's fighting with Hamilton into the first chicane, where we've had so many problems in qualifying, but we've managed to it well, and now we are going to defend against Valtteri Bottas in the second Mercedes, so maybe we can outpace Hamilton again on this Grand Prix, because it will be really nice for the World Championship to outpace him again. And now let's see, look at the start replay again. So here you can see the 5 red lights are coming, and now the 5 red lights are out, and Hamilton has got the better reaction, but in the second clutch, in the acceleration, we were better, and the Haas in the background has got a really nice start. And Ricciardo in P4 has got a good start as well, and Hamilton with a really bad start. You can see he's already passed by Ricciardo, Bottas and Perez at this stage, and now he's fighting back against Sergio Perez, but Ricciardo is through, and here you can see Hamilton is ahead of Perez, and now Bottas is in the slipstream of ourselves, and he was trying a move into the second chicane, but he was a little bit too far behind, and now we are a bit further ahead of him, a bit further advanced, you can say, and hopefully we can extend our advantage in front, our gap to the others. And now let's on the end of lap 1 and into lap number 2, fastest lap, because we are leading at the end of the first lap. We have a gap of 4 tenths now to Valtteri Bottas, so hopefully we can open the gap a bit further to secure this win, you can say, because I don't know, you can write it in the comments, but I think we deserve that win after an okay Q1 session, an okay Q2 session, and a brilliant Q3 session, and after the opening, and the safety car is out, and Valtteri Bottas is out of the Grand Prix. What a shame for him. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe with an engine failure behind us, because he's dropped back very fast. But let's look on the replay again. So here you can see he's again in the slipstream to the second chicane. And no, he's dropped it on the grass. He's dropped it on the grass. So let's go back again and let's see from his perspective maybe. So here you can see he's trying an overtake on us, and here he's dropped it. And maybe let's switch to another camera perspective here, maybe. So let's go back a bit, and now let's see. Here, he's dropped it a bit after trying to overtake us, and then he's crashed into the wall here. And that's the reason why he DNF'd, and that is the reason why the safety car is out again. So I think we only had 2 races in the Grand Prix series where we didn't have a safety car. So traditions, you can say, when we are going after Valtteri Bottas. And now the safety car is coming into lap number 4, and Ricciardo now behind us, and then comes Lewis Hamilton. So maybe let's go for late restarts. And now we are accelerating, and now we are away, and we called Ricciardo a bit napping, I think, because he's already 5 tenths away from us, and we've built a bit of a gap after accelerating good at the right time, you can say, and brake early for the first chicane, for the first turns, because we are really bad there, you can say. And again, yellow flags behind us, but I think that is because of the chaos, you can say, behind us, below the grid, you can say, further down the grid. And now Ricciardo is trying a move into the second chicane, just like Valtteri Bottas, but this time no crash, and you can say no party. But into lap number 6 this is. Ricciardo is trying a move with DRS on the start-finish straight, and Hamilton is going to attack him right now, because we could defend against him. And Hamilton and Ricciardo side by side after the first turns, after the first chicane, and Ricciardo could defend his position in second place, and right now he is still under pressure from Hamilton, but as well he could defend. Ocon is catching him right now, and maybe Ocon in the second Renault could make a move on him. And this is now into lap number 7. This is Danny Kvyat and the Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel under massive pressure from the AlphaTauri. Both Italian teams are fighting right now, and Kvyat is trying the move round the outside of the first chicane into turn 1 on the Ferrari. This is the track, you must remember, where Vettel achieved his first win in his F1 career for AlphaTauri, for Toro Rosso. in the early stages. Now AlphaTauri, and they are still going will to will, but looks like Vettel could defend his position against the AlphaTauri. But no, Kvyat is coming back at him on this long turn, and now he's ahead into the second chicane. What a move there from Danny Kvyat in the AlphaTauri. Nice move, you can say, from the young Russian who isn't driving in this year in Formula 1. And this is into lap number 8. Stroll is going slowly, and I think he has an engine failure, a problem, and he's going to DNF from the session. So another shame for Racing Point. And this is now into lap number 9. We doesn't build the gap to Daniel Ricciardo or Lewis Hamilton, so they are still right behind us, and our tires aren't that good anymore, you can say, because we are understeering clean off the road in some turns, and except we are setting personal best sectors, our tires doesn't feel great, you can say. But let's see, maybe we can make the pit stop a bit earlier than expected and over the line. We've set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, although our tires are dead by 2/10, and behind us Ocon and another guy is coming into the pits for his change of tires, and this is now into lap number 10. Ricciardo is still behind us, and he's setting us a bit under pressure here, you can say. And we were a bit off the road, and that allows Ricciardo to close up a bit again. And the second chicane, you can see really understeering into the gravel. And now we've lost time, and Ricciardo is going to attack us in the first last chicane. And now we try to defend, and yellow flags behind us. Maybe we crashed again into him. Let's see what happened there. And on the top, you can see the safety car is out. The safety car is out for the second time in this race, and here's the replay. So we defended hard against Ricciardo, and he dropped it on the curb, and he spun also by Lewis Hamilton, the Mercedes. And now he's trying to reverse back, and Hamilton is still standing there. Our teammates got through, Gasly's got through, Kvyat's got through, and oh, behind him. What's happened there? Someone's crashed into him, and it looks like the McLaren has crashed into him. I don't know who it was, but the McLaren has crashed into him, you can say, and that's the reason why they are DNFing. And it's the perfect time right now to make a pit stop. So in fact, everyone who hasn't pitted yet is coming into the pits. So because we aren't losing so much time by a pit stop during a safety car than by a pit stop in normal conditions. So, and we are going to risk it. We are going onto the soft compound of tires. So we're trying a bit of a gamble here. And here you can see Danny Kvyat is making his pit stop. Let's risk it. We have nothing to lose. Let's risk it and go for the softs. Maybe it's going to work, maybe not. And here you can see George Russell in the pits for Williams. He's also going onto the hards, and a Racing Point of Paris is going also onto the hards. And here's the Haas, I think, of Romain Grosjean, who's coming into the pits, and the other Williams of no, this is Romain Grosjean. The other Haas was Kevin Magnussen, and here's the Ferrari of Vettel, and the other Ferrari is waiting behind. So Charles Leclerc had to wait because the team and other teams have double stacked, so really bad pit stop for Charles Leclerc, and he's away on the hard compound tires, so it wasn't good. Let's say it like this: it wasn't good for him and for Ferrari. And now into lap number 12, the safety car is coming in. So let's see what we can do right here to survive the restart from Pierre Gasly in the AlphaTauri. So this time we are accelerating early, and we've called them a bit napping, and this time we've got an advantage of 1.4 seconds to Pierre Gasly. So it wasn't a perfect restart, you can say, because we've built a gap already to Pierre Gasly, last year's race winner of this Italian Grand Prix. First time AlphaTauri won in Formula 1 as AlphaTauri, because Vettel has won in Toro Rosso, as I said before. And the team that is founded from Minardi, has only won on this track. So maybe it's a good omen again for the AlphaTauri team. And this is into lap number 15. Hamilton against Ocon. Hamilton is dropped back to P5 because he had a 5-second time penalty for blocking the track and DNFing Carlos Sainz in the McLaren, I can tell you. And now he's fighting with Esteban Ocon round the outside of the first chicane. Ocon is still trying to fight it against the Mercedes, but he doesn't have a chance against the Mercedes, and now he's into P4. And this is now into lap number 16 against Pierre Gasly. This time an easier move on the AlphaTauri, and now he's up on into P3, I think. And yeah, it was an okay restart, you can say, also for Lewis Hamilton after dropping back to P5. And now this is the fight between Albon, Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. Albon into the Parabolica against the McLaren, and a nice move from our teammate. And now maybe Norris can fight it back, but let's see, because every one of those three has DRS. And in front, Bottas is fighting against another car, and Norris is fighting with Ricciardo right now. So maybe Norris could lose 2 places after one straight. Norris is fighting it back, so maybe can Ricciardo make the move that Danny Kvyat earlier made on Sebastian Vettel? Yes, he can. And Norris has lost 2 places after the start-finish straight. One before and one after the start-finish straight. And this is into lap number 23. Danny Kvyat in the AlphaTauri. We've talked about him a few seconds ago, and now he's attacking Lando Norris on the second DRS straight into the Ascari chicane, and he's ahead also of the McLaren. So what is happening to Lando Norris? Maybe his tires are already dead or something. And into lap number 25, we've hit the wall, and now we need to defend against Hamilton. And I think we've made contact again with him, just like in Belgium and in the Netherlands. We've made contact and we've got front wing damage. I don't know if it's going to be the right idea to pit again, because our tires are really bad, you can say. Front left into the last lap, 83% tire wear, but we're still in first, and Ocon is still challenging us, and now he's trying it into the second last more on the last lap, and we've made contact, and we are in the gravel, and he spun, I think. And now you can see Perez is in P2 and Gasly in P3. So what a race from Pierre Gasly and also from Sergio Perez, if it stands right here. And now we are understeering really clean off the road, and here you can see us now getting maybe over the line here as soon as it's humanly possible. And here you can see the last time through the famous Parabolica. We've made it. We as Max Verstappen has won the Italian Grand Prix of our F1 2021 Grand Prix series. So congrats to the whole team, you can say. Congrats to us, congrats to everyone. And the driver of the day is our teammate. He's knocked out in Q1, and let's go to the podium. So here we are on the end of our race, and I can tell you we've made contact with Esteban Ocon. I don't have to replay here, sorry for that, apologies, but here you can see 26 points for us because we've got the fastest lap as well. And Lewis Hamilton in P13 has again doesn't score. So in the championship, if we can look at it right now, I think we've made again progress on Hamilton. Let's see. And here you can see 12 points only, so maybe we can overtake him in Russia for our championship. But guys, if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and write down in the comment what could we improve. What do you want to see, my team or another split screen gameplay video, maybe also in English? Write in the comments. We are reading it all. And now let's have fun with the next video. I'm Mazu, and goodbye.